All right, Saints Nation, thanks for bearing with us. We are finally getting ready for our next matchup, our first match in the lower bracket, going up against Concordia University Montreal. And it's going to be an interesting one. Concordia coming off of a victory over the UNC Charlotte, I believe is their either their C or their D team. So it should be feeling the high after a victory. Of course, my name's Dan Banner, also known as Mr. Danners, joined alongside Amanda Commanda Dupuis. How are you feeling for this next one coming up?
I'm pretty excited. I mean, our losers bracket, it almost looks more exciting than our winners bracket right now. We're seeing some crazy teams in the losers bracket, so we're going to have to see what'll happen.
Well, it's definitely interesting. I think we were taking a look during the break because we had mentioned both Akron got knocked down, and I believe it was UNC Charlotte's A team also got knocked down into the lower bracket. And after UNC Charlotte A got knocked down, they just straight up left. Like, they were absolutely livid. With that being said, that's not the match we have here right now. It, of course, is going to be the St. Clair Saints. It's going to be on the orange side, actually, this time by. And then we have Concordia going to be in the blue.
Kamal going to try to see if he can start something here. Ramen looking to follow up, but looks like nothing quite yet. Saints are trying to establish... Oh, there's actually going to be a double demo there from Ramen and Franchi. But, yeah, Saints are looking like they have pretty good control of the ball right now and trying to keep it in that blue zone.
And taking a look, nice little knockdown, but holy smokes, Nimbus coming in clutch with the save. Of course, the CU team, of course, we had Nimbus, we have Franchi, and then we do have, I'm trying to find the third one, just slightly getting out of my vision right here. That's going to be Haywire. Haywire, the third member there on the side of Concordia. Of course, the same roster here for St. Clair. Saints Green, of course, Kamal, Nitrix, Ramen, all ready to rock here as we get 1 minute into this one. A little bit of a back and forth to start things off. Kamal, the light opportunity, crossbar.
Ooh.
But unfortunately there for Ramen, he had the right idea, but it hit the crossbar and went down instead of back at him.
Yeah, that was very close, though. Haywire going to try to shoot here, but Kamal is going to save that. Looks like the ball is going to be in the favor of St. Clair.
Yep, all the way down back into the Concordia University zone until Haywire brings it right back. But we're going to fire this right back down towards the center line where it's going to be Franchi come in, look to maybe get his own rebound. He knocked it into the crease, but did end up bouncing a little bit wide. Kamal's going to end up clearing it after basically using Nitrix as a tee and just like smashing it downfield.
See, Franchi and Haywire are going to chase down this ball, trying to keep it in the Saints section, but having a little bit of difficulty.
And a little bit of difficulty indeed through the center field area. Does pick up a little bit of boost for himself, though. So this does now allow for Concordia to move on forward for at least a second until Kamal thinks about answering back. Doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of boost in the tank in order to get something done, however. So it's going to be the flying Nimbus. Nearly finding contact there with Ramen, but Ramen's going to sneak right by. Centering pass. Nobody home, though. Going to be pushed aside by Haywire.
Yeah, this is very back and forth. I mean, we're almost 2.5 minutes in, which is about half our timer, and we haven't seen a goal yet.
And not only have we haven't seen a goal, we haven't really seen much of a shot yet, really,
yeah.
either. Until Haywire is going to shut me up and puts it right into the back of the net. This is exactly like bread and butter stuff coming out here. Franchi right off the backboard, drops it right down. Haywire just have to not put it dead center. And that's exactly where Kamal was sitting. But unfortunately for Kamal, not going to be able to make that save, and that's going to put Concordia in the lead here.
We're going to see right off the bat, Haywire had control of the ball there, but Nitrix going to try to do something sneaky, perhaps? I mean, Nitrix has done that quite a few times today. We're going to see Ramen actually get a demo onto Franchi, which could open up the net a little bit for Kamal.
Yeah, they looked to try and pass it off a little bit. Wasn't necessarily as clean as I think they were hoping for, however. So it's going to allow Concordia to bring it on down right into the Saints zone. Ramen in the corner with a tiny bit of boost left, trying to go on one-on-one with Nimbus. Nimbus got the better of him that time by, however. In the end, though, Nitrix is going to be able to clear it right back where we have, I believe that is Nitrix, centering pass, shot on target, and nobody home. Kamal going to tie this one up nice and quick.
That was interesting because back-to-back now we've had a goal. There was like 3 minutes without goals, and now all of a sudden both teams are like, okay, we'll each get a goal. Okay, we'll at least tie it up, and then maybe we'll see more goals, maybe we won't. We'll have to see.
Absolutely. They finally started finding some cracks in the armor, and both teams kind of capitalizing it. Haywire, of course, being the first to find the opening there for Concordia. Finds it for Franchi and going to send it forward.
Ooh.
Kamal right on the line. Rebound is going to go wide. Nimbus nearly had it, but Ramen with the redirect to keep the Saints in the game.
Tried to trip up Franchi there, but it didn't quite work. Ramen going to try to take it away, but Franchi's on a bit of a roll right now.
Nimbus up in the sky is trying to put it forward. Nitrix going to stop the shot in question, however. Pop fly ball into the Saints zone right at the top of the crease. Kamal going to send this all the way down. Ramen hot pursuit trying to get towards it, but does end up putting it a little bit wide. Nitrix does have it, but it's not necessarily a lot of boost in the tank. Nimbus is going to intercept and send it right back down the Haywire, who's on the attack.
Ramen needs to block this here. Haywire looks like he's going to get the goal, but Kamal is going to actually save that. Very, very close there. Nimbus flying through the air, but again, we're going to see Ramen save this.
Yeah, Nimbus at home on the skies, it seems, right now. Just absolutely, like, just pestering shots now onto the Saints net. I was saying that there wasn't very many shots. Now we're kind of seeing them back and forth here, which is good to see. Concordia in the last minute or so maybe having a little bit of the better of the Saints as of this moment. Pop fly kind of going towards the net, but it's going to be Nitrix who gets at least a tiny piece of it. Franchi looking for the shot. Nitrix going to deny him, though. Right back downfield.
Let's see what will happen. I mean, Haywire has proven to be very dominant this round so far. Just taking that ball, leading into St. Clair. Wow, Nimbus is actually going to demo Nitrix right there. Not what you want to see, especially because Nitrix is St. Clair's main playmaker. It seems like he's, I'm not sure, but he might be IGL, right?
That would be a good question, to be completely honest with you. But from past games, we have seen that it seems like Nitrix, if he wasn't the one scoring, he was basically assisting absolutely everything. As we have an open net, but nobody was able to do it. Ramen tries to redirect himself, but he gets completely demoed by Franchi. We may be very well going into an overtime here in game number 1, unless Ramen can touch it. Not quite. We're starting things off with a bang here in this lower bracket matchup as Concordia and St. Clair going to overtime.
Franchi gonna go for the goal, but just barely gets saved here.
Ooh.
Nitrix gonna boop that away, try to bring it over to the blue side, just to, you know, feel a little bit more safe.
Yeah, that was nearly one of those drop shots, one of those like high angle shots coming in, but Nitrix getting there in time, definitely saving the bacon here of St. Clair. Centering pass is a little bit hard though, so it's just gonna fly right through.
Kamal
looking for it, but oh, unfortunately, both him and Nitrix had the same idea, and it looks like Franchi's going to make a move.
Franchi gonna go for this goal, but it gets intercepted here by Ramen. Ramen's gonna try to get rid of it, but Nimbus try to keep it over here too. We're gonna see the ball go back to the blue side in Haywire's possession.
Yep, pop fly. It is going to be interrupted by Kamal and Nitrix for at least a moment. Gets past the one, but you can't get past Franchi as well. So now, right back into the St. Clair zone. Nitrix dumps it on in. Nimbus from the back lines. No boost in hand, so he passes off to Franchi. Franchi up in the sky is trying to juke out Kamal. Off the backboard, but again, Ramen's right back there to make sure this ball's safe.
We are a minute into overtime, and I don't know who's going to come through here. I mean, it's literally right in the middle of the map. We don't know who is going to win.
Yeah, nobody's really had that perfect like breakout opportunity yet to really even get a clean shot on the net. And so possibly now Kamal drops it through the crease, but nobody from the Saints are there to capitalize on it. So Ramen is going to have to pick it up at the midfield area just to try and bring it on down. Nitrix to the backboard, but a little bit of an awkward bounce right back towards the wall. Kamal versus Nimbus. Nobody's going to actually make contact with it, which is going to allow Haywire to get the clear.
Nitrix going to keep this over on the blue side. Does not want it in Saints' side at all. Ramen going to help him out a little bit. But Haywire is determined on stopping St. Clair from doing what they want to do.
That absolutely could have been deadly had Haywire's shot been on target. I believe that was Franchi in the back line.
Oh.
There comes a possible shot, but not quite going to find it. But the Saints player was demoed in the back there, so Haywire, had that shot been on target, that very well could have been the end of this first overtime game. But the back and forth continues.
We're 2 and almost a half minutes in. This is crazy. I don't know how this is going to go. Like, it's so fast. St. Clair might be able to do it right here. Oh, and it gets blocked by Nimbus.
Yeah, good job on Nimbus to keep that one alive, just steadfast in the net, in the crease, just making sure that does not end up going in. We're basically halfway into game 2 at this point here with the way this overtime is going. But now Franchi looking to center it up once again. Not quite going to be there, but there is 2 players on the side of Concordia in the back. Nice pass into a shot, but Ramen's going to be there to stop. Is there any rebound? Franchi picks it up, looks to try and knock it down. Haywire, he could be the one with the shot. He's looking for it, looks to get past Kamal. He had backup as well, but no shot gets through. Kamal stonewall on the side of Concordia.
Yeah, we're going to see Kamal try to take this ball, get it out of here. I mean, St. Clair was in the blue zone for a while, but now it seems like the ball is gravitating towards the orange zone. It's kind of flip-flopping. Again, 3 minutes into overtime. Things are getting intense.
Absolutely, Nitrix didn't get a whole heck of a lot of contact on that one. It could be Nimbus for the breakout opportunity. Tried to pass it up to Franchi, but good job on Ramen to at least slow that down for a second. As it crawls through the crease once again, but no flying Nimbuses or nobody for Concordia to try and finish the job here. 3:30 now into this overtime, and there's still just been no perfect opportunity for anybody yet until possibly now. Nope, Nimbus with the save rebound.
Oh,
Ramen
there we go.
going to finish the job. A solid attempt there from Concordia to make the save. However, perfect job from Ramen to get his own rebound and finish the job himself. Go almost 3 minutes 41 seconds into this overtime round, and St. Clair, after a hard-fought battle, are going to take game number 1.
Yeah, that was a very, very close game there. I mean, I don't know who was going to get the goal there. I was not expecting a specific team at all. It was mainly just like, okay, who's going to get this first? Because I have a feeling one team is going to make a mistake at some point, and somebody's going to take advantage of that. Because even though each team made mistakes, it seemed like they were always at the wrong place at the wrong time, and neither team could capitalize on each other's mistakes.
Exactly. Like, the mistakes that happened weren't necessarily super severe, or like you were saying, they just weren't punished. So
yeah,
they end up working, and of course, no harm, no foul at the end of the day, right? So for the end of game number 1 at least, Ramen going to find the answer, had to essentially take it himself, get his own rebound, and secure it. But that was a very, very tough game, and Concordia ready to come fire back to try and bring this to game 3.
Nimbus flying through the sky again, just like his name says. We're going to see Franchi helping him out here. St. Clair going to actually block this and try to bring this back.
And a little bit of a back and forth, now kind of stuck in the Saint zone. Kamal looking to make a move along the left side wall. Can he get it past the defender? He does get past one. Lobs it up, but he's unfortunately cannot stop his own momentum. So the shot is going to end up being blocked by himself. A solid attempt nonetheless, but still not necessarily done though. Nitrix redirect. Kamal is there, but he had to kind of get boost. A little bit of a pit stop going to slow him down. Going to allow Concordia to make a move.
That was a near miss there by Kamal. Very, very close, but just went a little too high. However, Nitrix going to boop this back over, but Haywire has different plans. Haywire going to try to take this ball, but Kamal is going to contest him a little bit. Ramen and Franchi going to face off as well.
Yep, Nimbus right back up at home in the skies as per usual, it seems like, here in this game. Definitely, like you were saying before, plays to his namesake very well. But back a little bit of a pop fly down towards center. Ramen gets past the one defender of Concordia, but Franchi is right there. Try and take it into the Saint zone. Dumps it into the corner, but is there anybody here to back him up right now? Doesn't really seem to be the case. Looks like Saint's going to break out.
We're going to see Nitrix fly across the map, but Haywire going to stop that before it can hit the net. Him and Franchi are going to try to get a goal here. I mean, the net is a little bit open, but...
Shot?
Oh, we're going to see Ramen with the save.
Yeah, it comes in clutch. That would have been dead center, so nice block on the side of St. Clair for Ramen specifically. Pop fly right in the middle of the field. Haywire looks to try and capitalize. Kamal's going to at least make the first save, but a second shot saves and off the crossbar. Another close one, another clutch save by Ramen. Kamal also jukes past one and then demoed Nimbus. So on the fly, Nitrix nearly going to get himself into a position to maybe find a redirect. Tries one more time, but nobody else on the Saints really seems to have boost at this moment, so it's going to be stuck going right back into the St. Clair zone.
Now, I'm a little bit of a Rocket League noob. I'm wondering, demolitions, is it whoever's going faster, or it doesn't have to do with angle, or...
Usually there's something to do with speed, but sometimes you'll see the person who looks like should be doing the demoing end up getting demoed themselves. Like, there's a science to it. I'm not 100% sure of it, to be completely frank with you, but you can assume if they're flying at somebody, it's a big check, it's probably going to be a demo.
Yeah. I thought I would just double check there, because I have seen, like, where two people are head-to-head, and I'm guessing it's just whoever's faster.
Yeah, most often than not, until all of a sudden they both blow up, which sometimes does end up happening.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to now see Haywire. Possible breakout opportunity. Ramen had to really, emphasize, I could not let the shot happen. I have to challenge him prior to. One-on-one, tries to juke. Nimbus, though, not falling for it.
We might have a repeat of our first game. As I say that, oh my goodness, Haywire's going to score.
Beautifully done there. Nimbus is going to clear this up from the crease, which leads to this drag race in the skies. Haywire barely enough of an angle to just get that inside of the post instead of directly onto the post. And that's going to get Concordia the lead here with 2 minutes left to go in game number 2, trying to force game number 3. But again, this is just basically deja vu from the last game.
Absolutely. Nitrix going to save this from Haywire. Haywire looking like probably one of the strongest members of Concordia right now, just setting up all these shots, being super aggressive, but his teammates allow him to do that. He's able to rely on them and have Franchi pass to him as well.
Yeah, in the last game, I think he had like 3 or 4 shots or something like that, and then in game number 2, Haywire already with 3 as well, so just constantly pestering the net of St. Clair, really forcing the defenders to constantly be on their toes. So we now have Kamal, a little bit of a drag race here. Nitrix is going to get it. That thing just absolutely rocketed off the front of their cars. And another interesting pinch, and unfortunately they're from Ramen. He's not going to get the ball, but he's going to get Nimbus. There could be an opportunity for an additional shot. It's so close. Another one. Rebound. Redirect!
There we go.
Nitrix with the redirection, going to get the Saints right back onto the board after Kamal's initial shot gets tipped, actually. Beautiful little backflip.
Ooh.
Nimbus, he had the save for the shot, but the redirect he could not get there in time for.
Oh my gosh. That was a crazy shot there. I mean, he had the perfect angle at the perfect time to be able to get that ball in. And again, we're seeing deja vu from game 1 here. St. Clair has to be careful, and it looks like Ramen and Nitrix are going to get that away. At this rate, we could be going to overtime unless Nitrix has other plans here. Kamal going to try to step in as well, it looks like. Franchi too. Everybody is in the air. They just need to keep the ball away from their net.
Yeah, everybody's just itching for that final touch. Unfortunately, it's even causing a little bit of miscommunication across both squads, where it seems like we're seeing some double commits or like just a lot of expended boosts for essentially, in the end, no reason, as we now see Nitrix charging on through. Was alone for the second, but he does have his teammates somewhere nearby. Haywire, of course, dangerous shot on the side of Concordia, but not going to be able to get the opportunity. It's sent right back into the Concordia zone.
Ramen and Kamal looking to do something here. Kamal, oh my goodness, Franchi, like a bullet, stealing the ball. Ramen gonna try to hit something in the net. As long as nobody scores, we will be going into overtime, and it's in the air still. I mean, this could still happen. Oh my gosh! That was so close. That was like centimeters, Dan.
I feel like the Concordia defender might have been able to flip and get into position in time, but that was still so close, and we will never know that if that would actually for sure be the case here. So game number 2, overtime number 2 here in the series, and it's going to be led by Haywire, bringing it right into the Saints zone.
Gonna have to see what will happen. Ramen gonna bring this up to the blue net, trying to push Haywire out of the way. Oh. I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. If you can't demo him, just push him out of the way.
Yeah, any other sport, we'd call that offside. In Rocket League, we call that fair game. So
exactly.
I mean, like, just
this is why esports are so fun.
Screw the rules. I'm going to take you out instead.
Exactly. Oh, Kamal trying to do something. Not quite getting in the net. But Nitrix going to boop this all the way back. Can Nitrix get another sneaky little goal here? We'll have to see.
Oh, you got the opportunity to control it. Force Nimbus to get out of his comfort zone a little bit, but this does end up being a Concordia opportunity. Shot on target. Does go wide, however. Franchi's still close, but not quite going to get it just yet.
If St. Clair gets this next goal, oh, that's so close. They will move on in the loser's bracket. But if they do not, then we'll be going on. Oh my goodness! Game 3! Just as I say it.
I haven't said much about Franchi at all, and then he just pulls out the stylish one with the reset. Extra little flick to finish the job there. Tucks it into the top right corner. And Concordia University fighting hard to get themselves right back into contention. We have ourselves a Game 3 here in this series. Tied up 1-1. And what a time to show up, Franchi. Beautifully done.
Absolutely. Whoever loses this game will be done for the day. So there's a lot on the line here. I mean, there's a lot at stake. Both teams are bloodthirsty.
Absolutely, and even bloodthirsty, like with a little bit of extra demos on top of, as of that last game as well. But just at a loss for words. And nice timing for Franchi to really show up, because he's just been such a bread and butter player, I would say, for the most part. Like nothing flashy, but doing the job.
Making sure he gets his job done.
That.
Yeah, like a perfect
smokes.
like textbook flip reset right there. Like, okay, Franchi, we see you.
Yeah, as we start game number 3, Haywire was almost left alone in the St. Clair zone for a second right at the top of the crease. That would have been a bad time, but they fixed it up nonetheless. Not a pop by redirection. Haywire, welcome back to the scoreboard. You're going to start things off and get CU their 3rd lead in a row. here in this series.
Look at how close. Nitrix just by a hair. But Haywire able to kind of redirect that ball straight into the net.
Yeah, you don't need to drill it. It doesn't necessarily need to be a hard shot. Sometimes you just have to redirect it, just get a little bit of a tip on it, and that is all you need to put into the back of the net. We saw in that one, Ramen was, again, ready for the initial shot, but the redirection just caught the Saints by surprise. And now, once again, Saints are in the hot seat. Granted, they have plenty of time to make something happen, but they can't fall any further behind here.
Absolutely. Kamal running, or not running, flying across this field here. Franchi going to redirect. That was beautiful. Although Haywire is going to get a demo onto Ramen. Oh, Nitrix going to take the advantage here and score.
Okay, redirection is the name of the game here. Once again, Ramen, the initial shot. Nitrix with a little extra tap on it, too, to put it into the left-hand side. We have ourselves a tie game. And holy smokes, has this been a series so far.
He really likes the top left corner. That's where
he's been sniping it all day.
Exactly. That's where it seems like he's comfortable with sniping.
Yeah, he went from the first series where he did nothing but give assists to everybody, and then everything else so far from Nitrix has just been top corner,
exactly.
top corner every single time.
But the thing is, if you go to defend the top corner, he's gonna switch it up on you, and you know he will.
Oh, absolutely.
So you can't always expect it.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a comfort zone, to say the least there. He was basically going for the exact same spot again, which, of course, sometimes the angle that's going in can be coincidence, but at the same time, he can definitely, like, once you start seeing a pattern, you have to kind of call it out.
Absolutely. We're going to see the ball be redirected back to the blue side. Kamal going to actually jump up and steal that. That goal is pretty open for the moment here. Nitrix going to try to make something happen. Doesn't end up happening. Kamal going to go for a goal. Or maybe he's just going to go for a pass here to Nitrix. Let Nitrix try and see if he can help out as well.
That was a bit of a messy situation where it was a slow roller, but there wasn't really a whole heck of a lot the Saints could do in that situation. Unfortunately there for Ramen, he got an extra touch on the ball that I don't think he was looking for as the Saints player goes sailing past him. But at least the defense here for Nitrix specifically was able to bring it right back across half. But right now, Franchi has just been able to single-handedly just stall time here in the center.
Look at that!
But
oh!
Right back across the map. That nearly could have been a snipe, but not quite this time.
He was going for that top left corner again, but I think Concordia kind of noticed, and they were like, actually, never mind. You can't do that this time.
Yeah, now Nitrix no boosters, just trying to get some sort of centering attempt. It is going to go over to Ramen, but not exactly in the angle to really make anything happen. Kamal going to be looking for the opportunity. Looks to break out. He's going to get it off the backboard. Is there any rebound? There is a rebound, but not going to be the case. Haywire taking a break from taking the shots and is going to save one instead. Brings it right back downfield.
Kamal going to boop this back towards Ramen, but Ramen wasn't quite there to follow up. He's going to have to defend here with Nitrix, or else Franchi could get a goal, perhaps?
Yeah, it's dropping into the center. That could have been close. Not going to be the case, however. Nimbus having a bit more of a quieter game so far here in this game number 3, but still getting the job done nonetheless. Franchi over to Haywire, and he's going to brute force it through just under the crossbar, basically like triple taps himself, basically. That's right, he puts it on forward. 1, 2, okay, maybe double taps it, but still, Haywire, nonetheless, going to tuck it on in and put St. Clair right back into the flames.
Gonna have to see with 2 minutes left on the clock, less than actually. What will happen? Kamal going to go for the ball here. Send it through the sky. Haywire had an opportunity, but got messed up here by Ramen.
That was definitely a messy face-off there for St. Clair. It went directly, like, uncontested into their zone for the most part. Kamal had to really, like, reset himself, and thankfully wasn't pressurized too much here. Nitrix, though, trying to get the setup, was on target for Ramen, but not quite going to get the job done. Now it's up to Kamal, but Franchi's already up there to interfere in the midfield, so that way they can't do anything fancy up in the skies.
Ramen gonna try to get this, but just a little bit out of the way. Kamal gonna send it all the way through the sky so nobody can contest him, or so he thinks, but Franchi gonna change his mind.
Okay.
Nitrix gonna get demoed. I mean, Concordia, if they're gonna make a shot, they should do it now.
Okay, these bounces, though. There's a drag race.
Oh!
The boost, but Franchi again. Just such a defensive enforcer so far here for Concordia.
Here he goes.
And it's coming in clutch so far. Ramen nearly had himself an opportunity, but saved once again. Minute left on the clock, and sure enough, Franchi once again clearing opportunity denied. So now Haywire drag races into this, looking for the the cross-crease pass to just seal the deal with a little bit of extra insurance, but it's not going to be the case. Saints need something quickly.
This might be it. Kamal with another goal. That will tie us up with 30 seconds left on the clock. We could see another overtime here.
Oh my goodness, 3 in a row would be absolutely insane. Raman going to be credited with the assist this time by after a good backboard pass right to Kamal. And unfortunately there for Concordia, it was in their grasp, but their defensive powerhouse nature just found itself in the slightest of cracks. And it could very well be dividends here for St. Clair if they can keep on the pressure. 30 seconds though. This game could still be done. It'd be hilarious to see 3 overtimes in a row, but like it's anybody's game if it goes to that point.
Oh, absolutely. It's not over till it's over. We are near St. Clair's net. Oh my goodness, Franchi could have gotten that right there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
Oh my.
It's so close to St. Clair's net. If Concordia manages to get a goal here,
Franchi!
That could be game. No, it looks like we're going to be going to overtime if this touches the ground.
Oh my goodness, it's probably going to make contact in just a second here. It seems like it's in a harmless position. Yeah, unless they can keep it up right here, right now. Actually, this is still dangerous.
No way.
This is still plausible. Raman's forced to defend with next to no boost.
There we go.
And thankfully for him, it hits the ground. Overtime number 3, game number 3. Loser goes home. Here we go.
This is anybody's game. We're going to see Nimbus try to make a goal happen, but it's not going to. Haywire misses that, but Nitrix is right up there with Kamal. Kamal going to actually just barely miss. Oh my goodness! And that's game!
Oh my goodness, Franchi again with the clutch. Unbelievable, and this is exactly why sometimes you just have to throw yourself at it. Like, he was trying to get the initial shot, did not realize that he'd be blocking a clearing attempt, and the slow crawl of defeat for St. Clair going to get them knocked outside of the top 8 once again here in the CCA Open. So the second tournament in a row just going to fall a little bit short, unfortunately. No points towards the CCA Open this time but still a valiant effort nonetheless. But holy smokes, Concordia putting on a show here with our Saints today.
Absolutely. That was probably our most exciting match of the day so far. And Saints, again, just by this much, by that much, you know, that's how much they missed out on the top 8. I think they're top 16? Top 24.
Yeah, so unfortunately, they probably had a bit of a better run last week, like overall, but still, yeah, top 16 in the last week. So unfortunately, falling a little bit short here, but like again, like a game of inches and a game of angles, right? Just
Absolutely.
The slightest, like, miscalculation, the slightest change of contact, a little bit less surface area on that shot than you were hoping, and that just somehow, like, 50-50 gone wrong, basically, right? And you're just crawling. And unfortunately for Saints in that case, they only had the one defender back, and nothing they can really do in that situation. But again, like, Franchi, Game 2 and Game 3 was just a defensive powerhouse, constantly stopping plays from happening, making saves, and not really getting onto the scoreboard until it really, really mattered. And
exactly.
Like, massive props to him and the rest of the Concordia squad.
In the beginning, I thought it would be Haywire who was going to be our MVP. I mentioned it briefly just because he was making all those shots, but then really we started to see him shine through and realize, okay, maybe it is kind of both of them, but...
Yeah, like Haywire got the initial leads, normally. Yes. And then Nimbus is setting everybody up. And then Franchi, for the most part, was just like the defensive powerhouse until it seems like the very end of the game. But yeah, like
then he just ran out there.
Yeah, all 3 games going to overtime. That's probably the first I've seen like an actual whole series go to overtime in a long time. Which, granted, like most of our series are best of 5s and whatnot, but still to see 3 games in a row go to overtime is absolutely crazy, and just goes to show the amount of like solid competition that our Saints get to have the opportunity to play up against and that they're keeping up with. Like, that could have been anybody's game. That ball literally crawled into the net, unfortunately knocked the Saints out this time by. But thankfully for the Saints, this isn't the last time they'll have a tournament like this in the future.
Absolutely. And I mean, speaking of tournament arcs, our sponsor, Crunchyroll. Let's talk about that a little bit.
I see what you did there.
Crunchyroll, one of our new sponsors. Welcome, Crunchyroll Yokoso. Get a 14-day premium trial for free at crunchyroll.com/saints. Trust me, it's good. I've used Crunchyroll for many years. I'm a little bit a little bit of an anime fan, if you haven't been able to tell.
Would you call yourself an expert?
Just a little bit of an expert. Yeah, make sure you check out Crunchyroll. Even tweet at us what your favorite anime is. Maybe give us some recommendations, because I have no life and I need to watch more anime.
Well, that certainly took a turn. But yes, nonetheless, though, definitely give us a shout out. And I know personally, I'm still looking for recommendations as well to kind of pick things up here. Like when you mentioned Initial D earlier, I knew what that was, but that's also like how old?
Yeah, so Initial D, Akira, those ones.
I know those, but those are also very, very old, and I need something more
still
modern.
Good though.
Yes, absolutely. But of course, big thank you to the rest of our sponsors as well. Of course, Tim Hortons, Subway, the St. Clair SRC, Zuckerman School of Business and Information Technology, and the St. Clair College Alumni Association. Thank you all for coming together and making this possible here for the St. Clair Saints varsity esports team.
Absolutely. And while we're on the topic of shouting out different things, let's shout out our merch a little bit. We got some new Saints merch. We've talked about it a little bit for the past month or so here. Our Saints quote-unquote dark mode merch.
Yeah, exactly.
Pick up those jerseys, jackets, all super comfy, t-shirts, crew necks, hoodies, hats, dad hats even, and banners, even more than that. Check out acquire.ca/Saints to see more of that and pick up your own.
Assert your dominance. Walk up. Scrim?
Scrim.
Yeah, but yes, of course, awesome to see all of the, whether it be the teams or just fans, all repping the Saints merch. Of course, be sure to get your own acquire.ca/Saints. I know personally I need to go get a new mask sometime soon, so definitely going to be making an order in the very, very near future. With that, the next broadcast that we will be having here on the Saints Gaming CA channel will be tomorrow. We do pick up with some NECC Valorant, and then right after that, or on Tuesday, or the Valorant is going to be 6 o'clock. Let me not get ahead of myself. Valorant is going to be 6 o'clock tomorrow. And then Tuesday is what we have scheduled up to so far. We finally get into NACE League of Legends playoff season, which is going to be exciting. So be sure to tune in for that. We'll have more details to follow. Just make sure you follow us on our social medias. Of course, Saints Gaming CA across the board for pretty much any platform. So be sure to join and get all the news updates, all the scores, all the roster announcements and such, and the stream links all live or get it first on our social medias.
Absolutely. So great game by everybody today. Just fell a little bit short for Saints, but other than that, I think they learned a lot, and the next tournament, they're going to bring their A game.
Oh, absolutely. There was just so many high anxiety moments here to the point where I'm stressing out. I'm not even the one playing.
Yeah, me too. I'm on the edge of my seat the whole time. I'm like, oh my goodness.
every single time I see overtime go across the board, I just like cower a little bit, but it's exciting stuff nonetheless. And of course, not the next Sunday coming up, but the Sunday afterward, there'll be another opportunity for our St. Clair Saints Green team to take in part in the East Open number 3. So still plenty of action for both of our Rocket League teams, and all of our teams still are either in the very tail end of their seasons for the fall season or are just getting into playoffs. So still plenty of action. Make sure you followed us rather on our Saints Gaming CA Twitch channel if you've not done so already to watch all the matches live. And with that, I think we're pretty much good to close things out here for today.
I think so too. Today I've been Amanda Commander Dupuy, and joining next to me was Dan Banner, also known as Mr. Danners. And we will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. for Valorant.